Hi and welcome to the Travel Boss. Today's video is about the top 10 things to do in Trondheim. Trondheim is the third largest city in Norway and also one of the oldest. Vikings started it as a trading post in 997 AD. It was the capital of Norway until 1217, and new kings are still crowned here. Trondheim is the county seat of Taiholtarnet, which is in the middle of Norway. It is built on a peninsula and connected to the rest of the country at its west end. Before we start our top 10, please click the subscribe button and tell us what is your favorite thing to do in Trondheim in the comments. Number 10. Taiholtarnet. Go to the 124-meter tall Taiholtarnet radio tower's observation deck to see the whole city from above. At 80 meters high, the restaurant Egon is a revolving restaurant where you can spend an hour to see a 360-degree view. Number 9. Explore Trondheim by kayak or tour boat. The best way to see the colorful harbor buildings is from the water, and there are many different kinds of harbor tours. Most tourists choose to go on one of Trondheim by boat's frequent boat tours, such as on the trawler Ranja or the traditional Fjordsboat Freya. You can go on tours with a guide who knows about the wildlife, history, and culture of the Trondheim's fjord, fishing trips, sunset cruises, or even cruises in the winter. Number 8. Wander around the harbor and visit the Trondheim Maritime Museum. At the mouth of the river Nedelv, you can spend hours wandering around the old port area of the city. Colorful old wooden warehouses are built on piles above the water. Many of them have been turned into high-end shops and homes. The best way to see these buildings is from the water, and there are many different kinds of harbor tours to choose from. Number 7. Ringve Museum. Visit the Ringve Museum, which is Norway's national museum of music and musical instruments, for a longer and more in-depth look at Norwegian and European music. It has two permanent shows, the museum in the Manor House, which has musical instruments from Europe, and the museum in the barn, which shows how modern sound and lighting technology works. Number 6. Strogsgarden. In 1778, wealthy Christine Schiller built Strogsgarden as her own home. When the Norwegian royal family comes to Trondheim, they stay there as their official residence. This mansion has more than 100 rooms and is one of the largest wooden buildings in Europe. It is a great example of Baroque architecture from the 18th century. Since 1800, royals and their guests have stayed in the mansion. A guided tour of its luxurious rooms will give you a good idea of how the social elite lived. Number 5. Archbishops Palace and Museum. The medieval Archbishops Palace is not only the oldest building of its kind in Scandinavia, but it is also one of the best preserved palaces of its kind in Europe. The west wing of the palace dates back to the late 12th century. It now has a number of historical displays, such as the Norwegian Crown Regalia exhibit, which is a stunning collection of Norway's beautiful crown jewels. Number 4. Rockheim. Pop and rock music fans will enjoy this trip down memory lane and the chance to hear some of Norway's best. The museum's collections are on display, and there are also interactive exhibits, videos, and audio recordings to listen to and watch. Through sounds and videos of performances, the permanent exhibit, The Time Tunnel, brings the history of modern Norwegian music and culture from the 1950s to the present day to life. Different exhibits look at different parts of music and culture. Number 3. Christiansen Fortress. Christiansen Fortress was built between 1681 and 1695 on a hill to the east of the city to protect it from attacks. Even though it is a bit of a climb, the tower and its small museum are free to visit, and the views of the city are beautiful. The Nazis held members of the Norwegian resistance in these cells during their occupation of Norway during World War II. There is also a memorial to those who were put to death here. Number 2. Explore Backlend and Gamle Bybro, Old Town Bridge. Cross the river Nedelva on the red arches of the Gamle Bybro, Old Town Bridge, to get to the Backlend neighborhood with its pretty streets and colorful old homes. It feels like a small village and the old wooden buildings along the river have been turned into shops, galleries, coffee shops, and restaurants. Number 1. Nidaros Cathedral. Nidaros Cathedral is thought to be the most beautiful church in Scandinavia. It was built by King Olav Kyrre between 1066 and 1093 over the tomb of Norway's patron saint, St. Olav. The cathedral is the northernmost medieval cathedral in the world, and it is one of the best places to visit in the city. Kings were born and buried here, and since 1814, the Norwegian constitution says that the monarch must be crowned in Trondheim Cathedral. So these are the top 10 best things to do in Trondheim. Please like the video if you enjoyed our list and share your views in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Travel Boss. Thanks for watching.